Meowdy y'all, and welcome back to another video. The most popular video on my channel at the time of this recording is my How Old Are the Bachelors and Bachelorettes video, and the comments that y'all have provided have left me theorizing even more. Big thank you to everyone that watches and comments on my videos. It helps me make even more videos for y'all. A polarizing issue, it seems, is concerning Sebastian and Maru's age. How old are they really? That's what we'll be discussing today, so buckle up. In that video, I state that I theorize Sebastian is in the 26 to 29 age group and that Maru is also in the 26 to 29 age group, with a 2-year difference between them. I theorize that Sebastian is 29 and that Maru is 27, but I think we need to tackle this again. Firstly, we have some canon objective facts to accept. We have been told explicitly in Secret Note number 7 who the 3 oldest bachelors are. There are only a few older bachelors in town, and none of them are perfect. Harvey is really anxious and weak, but I know he would make a loyal and devoted husband. Elliot is a bit foppish and melodramatic, but he does have a nice chin. Shane is messy and antisocial, but I think his gruff exterior is a defense mechanism insulating his softness from the world. So we know that Sebastian is younger than Harvey, Shane, and Elliot, and we know that Maru is younger than Sebastian because of Concerned Ape's dev update number 12. It states, Sebastian is a rebellious loner who lives in his parents' basement. He is Maru's older half-brother. This is canon fact. So regardless if Sebastian is 21 or 31, Maru is younger. But what about the age difference? This was brought up a lot in the comments section. What do we know about the family dynamics? We know that Robin was married to someone before Demetrius, and this person, who I theorize to look like this, and we'll use this image to represent him, is Sebastian's father. We don't know if Robin and Sebastian's father divorced or if he died, but we do know that this is Robin's second marriage. On the bookcase in their bedroom, we can find a book titled Maximizing Your Second Marriage. Concerning Sebastian's father, all we know is that he is no longer in the picture, and Robin met Demetrius somehow and remarried, then had Maru with him. So we're left with 2 theories, and both of these theories will branch off into different theories, and I need y'all's help. Get your magnifying glass out and let's dig deeper. Theory A, as we'll call it, is that Sebastian and Maru don't have a large age gap. Their age gap is only 2 to 3 years, something like that. But that means we would have to accept the fact that Robin separated from her previous husband, or possibly buried him, and then met, fell in love, married, and got pregnant in that span of time. So regardless if Maru and Sebastian are in their early 20s or late 20s or early 30s or whatever, this theory branches into other theories, painting a sort of picture of Robin and Demetrius. I do think it's possible to divorce someone and remarry pretty quickly, especially if they weren't a good husband in the first place, and I can see it being possible to move on quickly after becoming a widow, as it would be a way to try to move on with life and deal with grief. So this is theory A. Theory B is that Sebastian and Maru do have a large age gap, maybe something like 5 to 7 years in between them. If this theory makes more sense to you, here's a follow-up question. In my previous video about all of their ages, we quickly see that each person's age ends up affecting our perception of others' ages. In that video, I explained that I think Sebastian is about 29 years old, and a common comment I got is, how could Sebastian be 29 years old, but you also think Abigail and Sam, his friends, are in the 22 to 25 age group? How can Abigail and Sam be so much younger than their friend Sebastian? My answer? Real life experience. After college, it's incredibly normal to have a friend group that has a variety of ages because you meet people at work, or while you're an undergrad, you meet grad students that become friends, you have neighbors, you meet people in hobby groups, etc, etc, etc. In my own friend group, our ages range from 25 to 35, and everyone I know is also like this, and their friend groups are also like this. I don't think it's too peculiar to be friends with people that are a little older or younger than you, especially when you live in a town like Pelican Town, where there's very few options for friends in the first place. So if you believe in theory B, that there is a bit of an age gap between Sebastian and Maru, then this opens up a branch theory that Robin waited a few years before meeting and marrying Demetrius, and that this age gap between Sebastian and Maru could be one of the many dynamics that are factored in their strained relationship. But does this mean that Abigail and Sam are nearly the same age as Sebastian, or is there also an age gap gap within Sebastian's friend group. Speaking of friends and age gaps in friend groups, if you believe in theory B, do you also believe that there's an age gap between Maru and Penny since they're very close? And if so, how much? If there is an age gap between them, but they're able to be close friends regardless, then I think the same can happen in the trio of Sebastian, Sam, and Abigail. As we can see, this is a really nuanced conversation and it leads to quite a few other theories, and then those theories affect the headcanons and theories that we have for other characters. We end up getting missing pieces of the puzzle to try and explain the strained dynamic in this family. In the previous video, I stated that Sebastian is 29 and Maru is 27, but I'm willing to refine my theory a bit more and make some adjustments the more I think about it. I do think there is an age gap between them, a significant one, in fact. I'm working on a video analyzing the strained relationship between Maru and Sebastian, and I think the distance in age between them is a factor. So I think they have 5 to 7 years between them. I'm willing to bring Maru from age 27 to age 22, but that would still leave Sebastian around 25 to 27, only a little younger than I originally theorized, which was 29. But we've come across another problem, another dynamic, another puzzle piece in all of this, and it has nothing to do with Robin, Demetrius, or the trio of friends. It has to do with Harvey. Any sort of romantic feelings between Harvey and Maru isn't very easy to see on the surface. We need to use our investigative skills a little bit. During the luau, Harvey can say, "Good thing I brought my sunscreen. I wonder if Maru could use some sunscreen on her shoulders." Obviously, Harvey is the doctor and is very concerned with his patients of Pelican Town, but it's not like he's going around and offering sunscreen to everyone. If you befriend Maru and reach 6 hearts, she can say to us, "I'm glad to have a job at the clinic. I feel like I'm helping people in town. Dr. Harvey? He's nice, but he's not really my type," which is a pretty wild thing to say out of the blue. But if you're at 6 hearts with Maru, we can interpret this as her very gently saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm single. Me and Harvey aren't an item," or anything like that. So I think we can theorize that Maru has gotten a hint that Harvey might have a crush on her. In order to get a dead set piece of dialogue about Maru and Harvey, we have to marry Penny, and only on rainy nights will she say to us, "I wonder if Maru and Dr. Harvey will ever get together. I'm sure Harvey likes her." I think Maru will have to make the first move though. I don't think this is Penny just randomly gossiping to us. She's very close with Maru. I think there's some truth to what she says. I theorize that Harvey is in his mid-30s, and I just do not feel comfortable making Maru any younger than I already did. Truly. Woof. This has gotten pretty complicated, and I'm really curious what y'all think about Maru and Sebastian, and I'd honestly like to revisit some other characters and maybe readjust my theory based on y'all's insight and headcanons in the comments. I'd love to know what y'all think. Comment down below if you're in favor of Theory A or Theory B, or maybe even a secret third option. To recap, Theory A, Sebastian and Maru don't have a large age gap, something like 2 to 3 years, meaning that Robin remarried and got pregnant with Maru in that time frame. If you believe in this theory, let me know how old y'all think Sebastian and Maru are in the comments. Theory B, Sebastian and Maru do have a large age gap, something like 5 to 7 years, meaning that it was quite some time before Robin remarried and had Maru. If you believe this theory, let me know in the comments. With that said, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I stream pixel art and Stardew Valley on Twitch, so if you'd like to check that out, link in description. And if you've got a suggestion for the next video or some headcanons that y'all have and want to share, be sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe to catch my next video. I'll be making more Stardew Valley videos, so keep an eye out. See y'all next time. Bye!